to EDIF, where every day is Friday. Get ready to ignite your passion for life, uncover hidden gems of wisdom, and embark on a journey of self-discovery like never before. Join us as we dive into the art of living fully, making meaningful experiences, and embracing the magic of everyday moments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What's up, crew? How you doing? It's your boy D Boogie from Every Day is Friday and EDIF the Street. Welcome to the show. Man, I gotta tell you, we've been at this for a little while now, and I just want to say thank you for everybody that's been around for the last 3 years. I mean, we've been at this for 3 years, and people say, D. Well, if you just joined us for the first time, listen, this is a very simple way that we do things here. With all the madness in the world and everyone's trying to grab your attention for views, we just believe in positive, uplifting, and living your best life. Because we don't get to do this life 3 times or 4 times. It's one time around the sun. And before I jump into the show and give you some tips about, personal development and happiness, I've been getting these flashes lately. I don't know if you ever experienced them where life is quick, right? And I saw a guy at the golf course the other day, and I said, you ever get those flashes that life is just, when you blink, I'm 53. I'm at the end of the 3rd quarter, And then I think about someday, I'm not going to be here anymore. My life's going to be over. But what did I do with my life that's important while I'm here, right? All of you. Like, how many of you are thinking about, this is really, I need you to stay with me today. I need you to like this page and share it. This is going to help you move on with your life. Because I think the number one thing that hurts everyone, especially nowadays, how many of you are thinking about regret? How many of you go through every day thinking about, what up, Joe? Of course, July 4th. I'm making it happen here, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully come around, bro. You know you're welcome, right? You, the family, come to the spot. Of course we're going to celebrate Independence Day, Joe. This is the greatest country in the world, period, right? Every year, this is 20 years, by the way, Joe. We're going to light them. We're going to light it up. You know how we do it, right? So I found so many people that I've done things with, love you too, brother, that everybody looks back on yesterday. And I did it too. I used to think about, why did I treat this person that way? Or why did I invest in that? Or why did I act like this? And I could have done something different. And it destroyed my future. It destroyed my happiness in the daily present of life. How many of you think about, nah, I love you, brother. You never sidetrack me, bro. I'm here for you, Joe. I'm here for the people. All right. Thank you for joining, and love that you guys are here. But I'm going to give you things that's going to change your life. Make no mistake. I've been studying personal development for 30 years. I don't know much of anything else, but I certainly know how people tick. I know about emotions. I know about living your best life. I know how to, I've been reading books, for 30 years now. I read an hour a day. So I talk to a lot of friends of mine, and a lot of people living with the things that they did in the past, and it's very difficult for people to move on from that. So I asked a friend of mine, I said, let me ask you a question. If you had to go back, what would you say to your younger self? Like, if you had to go back in time, what would you tell it? And he said, well, I would tell him to do this, and I would tell him to change that, and I would tell him to do this. I said, unfortunately, we can't do that. We can't go back in time and start twisting what we did. We can't go back in time and like people are trying to do like what happened 100 years ago. It is what it is. And the knowledge you have today, you didn't have back then, right? So the regrets are something that hold you back from having a really beautiful future. It destroys the story you're telling yourself of how bad you are, or I could have made this decision. I could have went to school. I should have done that. Where you going? I did the same thing and I was stuck. I was stuck in these limiting beliefs that because I did these things, and I wasn't perfect because no one is, okay? Everybody got skeletons. Let's keep it 100. But I felt bad about things that I did to certain people. And I decided, yo, D, listen, man, you're not perfect. You made mistakes. You learn from them. You grow from them. But I couldn't keep dragging them along with me into my future. Because the truth of the matter is, you got to look at your life right this second. Because I had these flashes lately that, wow, I'm not going to be here someday. And it would flash. And I'm like, so why am I not living my best life every day? Why am I not being adventurous? Why am I not trying? I love to try things. You should get involved in different things, whether you fail or not. You want to be able to draw from such memories. And for those of you that are struggling right now, because a lot of people are struggling financially, spiritually, emotionally, it's not over for you. You can make a choice today to say, you know what? I did make some mistakes, but wait a second. Did you ever think about this? Okay. True story. Did you ever think about accomplishments that you had? Any good stuff you did in your life? Because all we do is come online and we talk about how bad we were and how much we want to criticize ourselves. But here's the crazy. Listen, write this down. This is so true. We crucify ourselves between two thieves. Okay. Two. It's the regret of yesterday and fear of the future. Let me say that again. This is what stops every single person. I don't care where you're from. I talk to people from around the world. What you did yesterday, it's so heavy and it's so much on your back. You carry such a burden with you that you're not even able to move into the future. So why beat yourself up every day about what you did, what you could have done, what you could have become? Life is what you make it right this second in the present moment. Because let's check this out. You don't have the future. You can create the future right now. Where you are and where you want to go. Yesterday is a wrap. It is over. The people, and the truth of the matter is, now this is, and I don't say to cut people off. Hear me out, because I know people in the past, friends of mine, like, yo, D, you said you don't like your friends. I love my friends from the past. We had the most outstanding times. But there comes a point in life where, and it's sad, but it's true. You may have had a lot in common with people from your past. I certainly did. And I love them unconditionally. But everybody grows in different directions as you move on, right? So I would recommend something for your future is start hanging out with people that you have the same things in common for your future. Man. That is so compelling, isn't it? Start hanging out with people that you have in common, like you have things in common about your future. Because life is happening in the moment. And worry about what's going to happen. You may lose your money. You may lose your house. You may lose your health. It may happen. But guess what? It might not happen. Right? You may think that it's going to get worse when I get, and all these things, oh my God, I'm so, and then what happens is you turn 50, 55, 60, 40. You look back and go, I had so many troubles that never happened. I had so many troubles that never came to fruition. When I look at people in their eyes and see the pain and the suffering and the sadness and the anxiety and the depression, especially with social media, we compare ourselves to other people's situations. And most of the time we're comparing to people that allegedly have more than us. You never compare who have less. But I was at this event the other night, and I had to talk to a bunch of people when I came out of a council meeting. It was a great day. And there was a lot of people outside. It was a rally, and I got to talking to a lot of people. And I looked at everyone out there and I said, look at me. God gave each and every one of us this beautiful gift. And let me stay with me here, because this is going to get real deep and you're going to want to take this with you, okay? I'm giving you little gems that have made me kind of put life in perspective, how beautiful it truly is, right? Everybody in this life, no matter who you are, you're beautiful and amazing in your own way. You don't have to be somebody famous or celeb. You are you. One beautiful you. And when I was talking to the people that were rallying out of the, after the meeting, I was like, you know what? There's an engineer in you. There's an artist in you, a singer in you, a carpenter in you, a teacher in you. Take a personality test, right? See what you're truly good at, because you have something that nobody else in the world possesses. And it's inside you. It's what lies within you that you want to bring out, because you don't want to pretend that you're somebody else your whole life. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. And people want, if you're not part of my group, or if you don't speak the way I speak, and you don't, check this out. I'm not here to fit in. I want to stand out. I want to be me. You should be you. But question is, who are you? Do you know what makes you tick? Do you know what wakes you up Monday morning? And see, I know what gets me up. I love helping people. I love being part of the crowd. I love seeing people successful. I love seeing people happy, bringing them back up to have their best life. It's kind of like, let me give you an example. Check this. This is pretty compelling, right? So let's say, for example, you're in school. This is about people, but check me out. I'm a little wild. Check this out. Let's say you're in a classroom, and I'm a teacher, and there's a donkey, a horse, a lion, a cheetah, I don't know, gorilla, all sitting there taking class. Right? Now I want you to picture that. I know it's kind of crazy, but picture it. Now, I'm only teaching one subject. How do I teach one subject when each and every one of them, all the animals, all us humans, are motivated and inspired and have certain gifts that may not align? Like the lion does different things, the monkey does different things, the donkey does different things. It's just like life. We all have different attributes, different strengths, different desires. You don't have to desire to be somebody you're not. I promise you, there were so many times in my life that I couldn't fit into certain circles. Just wanted to, I believe that we were here for a reason, to design and customize your life based on what you love to do. And don't get it twisted. Money makes things a lot easier, but it don't necessarily make you happy. So I'll ask you a question. Have you looked back on your past? Have you forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you allegedly made? Have you forgiven yourself for not being perfect? How do you actually move on, realizing that what happened yesterday, you didn't have the knowledge that you have today? See, life is what you make it, ladies and gentlemen. This country of ours gives us all the opportunity to pursue what we believe will be the life that we desire. How do we get it? Take a good, deep look inside your soul and look in the mirror and stop beating yourself up every day for the things that you are not. And start giving yourself some high fives for the things that you are, regardless if some knuckleheads in your past made you feel unworthy, made you feel unwanted. Maybe the people in your life in the past made you feel unheard. It was cold. And if you're in that situation right now, run. See, toxic situations, we stay in them for a long time because we don't know what we don't know, right? We know the devil here, so we feel like we'll stay here because we don't know what's out there. I'll tell you something. Nobody has the right to abuse anyone. And if you feel that whoever was in your life or whatever boss or situation or significant other or friend that put you down, society gave you anxiety, you have a golden opportunity to say, no, that's not me. Your opinion about me is not true. What you said about me, why do I got to believe the toxicity, the unleashing criticism of me? And I feel like you get labeled that person because of other people's opinion. Go kick rocks on a serious note. And I had to do that plenty of times. I was tired of people telling me what I should do. Now, I had mentors as I grew older that saw my abilities and wanted to enhance them. And a lot of times I respected them for that. But ultimately, I felt as though this is my life. It's my life. It's your life. How much more do you want to continue down this road of thinking? It's really sad. I talk to so many people who feel this way. That I'm not even worthy enough to be here. I saw a gentleman the other day, he's like 28, 30 years old, and said to me, D, I don't even have a place here on this earth. I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. And I looked at him straight in the eye, and I said, God don't make mistakes, bro. You see, a lot of us in this life, we're out here looking for validation from people we don't even know. We're out here doing things to make people like us. And there's things that we do to make people like us that we truly don't want to do. And it leaves us empty inside. I would compel you. What's really important is make yourself unforgettable. Invest inside you. Read some books. There's a great book called The Laws of Human Nature, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, I've been reading books since I'm like 19. And I've learned one thing, above all of it. Life is always happening for me, not to me. And if I want something like all of you do, get up, stand up, set a goal, get out there and make it happen. Because it's an open space. It's adventurous. There are things that you're sitting there probably right now going, dear, I wanted to do this or I wanted to try that. What's holding you back? What's holding you back from the life in your mind that you want? Your limiting beliefs stops you because you believe I can't, I won't, I'm not capable. When you change your story and you change your language, because this is so important. Like this page and share because the world needs to hear it. This is what you say to yourself every single day matters. What you say to yourself every second, you are. If you think you're going to be successful, if you think I'm better than where I am today, if you think I'm going to make a choice and I'm going to get that life and I'm not going to continue to think about what I'm not, what I can't be, instead of saying, what can I become? Do me this favor. Take the label off. Realize that you are somebody. God put you on this earth. He gave you life. And life is what you make it. Because I've said this before, the richest place in the world is the cemetery, because people die with their hopes, their dreams, their aspirations. For what? Why are you here? I want to drill this into your mind today, that you are living for a reason. That we're a tourist in this life. You got to look around and go sightseeing, go be adventurous, go on a vacation, start a new hobby. You can't sit home on your phone. You can't want to be alone. It's either you're alone on a deserted island, or you are in a lighthouse and you want to inspire others through your beauty. You are amazing just the way you are. Why do you got to be something you're not? Why do you got to go down roads and follow certain things to feel part of a group is going to make you feel important? You are important just by being born. Full stop. The way you move in this life, see, there's two things, and I said it before. We crucify ourselves between two thieves. We regret what happened yesterday, so we can't get past it, right? For example, you know what? I shouldn't invest in that business. I lost so much money. You learned a lesson. You took a shot. Good for you. All right, you lost some money. You put some investment in. Guess what? Bad things don't stay around forever. What did you learn from it? What did you invest in? Maybe you can change it up. Relationships. I get people that say, I'm never going to get married again because the first relationship didn't work. Now, marriage is tough when you get a divorce. It's one of the hardest things in the world. There'll be time to grieve, be time to reflect. And it could take 6 months, a year, 2 years, however long it takes. But then you got to start anew. Nothing bad lasts forever, bro. And no matter what you've been through, you grow through what you go through. And if you always look at it that way, where, you know what does it mean for me? Hey, Margaret, how you doing, sweetheart? What's up, sis? Whatever you've been through, look at it and say, instead of why me, say, what does it mean for me? Why am I going through this at this time? And listen, you could hit rock bottom and feel like there's no way out. And ladies and gentlemen, I've hit rock bottom plenty of times. And there were times where, like, I was drowning. And didn't think there was a way out, because when I was really young, I didn't have really mentors at that age to kind of give me that life preserver. So I had to kind of learn from experience. I had to learn from doing it and falling down and creeping back up and crawling. But I realized that I learned a lot more from losing than winning. Because when you lose, or you're broke, or your pocket's empty, there's no food on the table, and you start figuring out a way how to put food on the table, how to be better at your job, you start reading, you pull yourself out of it. Those are God's people, bro. Give yourself some credit today. For all my people, beautiful people out here that have been through the madness, have walked through hell, have struggled with some things, and you're still here to talk about it, bro. Give yourself a lot of credit to say, you know what? I conquered some stuff, bro. I didn't think I'd make it through this storm, but after every storm comes a rainbow. And you will get through this. It ain't gonna be easy. You may have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. But I promise you, when I walked through hell, someone said to me one time, keep walking, D. I just couldn't see the light because I had so much pressure. But as I'm digging through it, I felt like as I'm digging, it's raining, it's pouring. You know, for example, you're driving in your car and it's raining and you just can't see in front of you and you're driving all over the place. You just don't know where you're going. Life has got you tripping. You feel like you're not going to be able to make it, and you keep striving, you keep plugging, and you keep trying, and you keep getting up, and you keep pushing forward. And then one day, guess what happens, bro? The windshield wipers work. Things are cleared up. You see the sun, and you're like, bro, I did it. I did it. And now you have the strength to endure if it happens again. You have the skills. If you look at it this way, look what I've endured. Look what I've been through. Look at the strength that I have today because of the resiliency of never giving up. You can grieve. Absolutely. You have to heal. It happens. It's like, for example, I used to own gyms, right? And people used to come in, they want to drop 70 pounds. It took them 15 years to gain that weight. And then they're like, you got a 30-day program? I said, bro, we got to talk. I love you. But it doesn't happen in 30 days. Give yourself some time. Because if you're married or you've been through some stuff for years, relationship, business, loss of something, dude, listen, man, it takes time to heal. And the worst thing anybody can say to you is, just get over it. And I'll share a story with you, man. I used to tell friends of mine that were having panic attacks, going through some stuff in their mind, especially the boys. I'm like, you're a punk. You're soft. Get over it. It's the worst thing you can say to somebody. Because I went through some stuff later on in life that I've never experienced before. My mind was doing some crazy stuff. I got a family. I lost some businesses. I was getting involved in certain things and had a few losses throughout and it kind of got my mind whacked out. And then I realized that nobody's perfect. And I realized I'm human like everybody else. As much of a man, I'm a big boy. I handle my business. There are times when I wasn't thinking right. And who wants to talk to somebody when it's not right? But you know what changed me? I was telling my sister-in-law the other day, when I watched Tony Soprano, true story, when he was having those panic attacks and crashing his cars, I'm telling you, I'm like, if Tony Soprano can talk to somebody, guess what? I can talk to anybody I want. That dude's going to a therapist. I'm like, wow, right? Here's the problem. In life, something we never asked for. And listen, don't scroll. We never asked for this 4-letter word. And I'm telling you today, listen closely, don't scroll. This 4-letter word will change your life. HELP. We are not here to save ourselves. We're here to save others. So when I talk to everybody on my page, and been doing this for a couple of years now, a few years, it's what I've been through, what I've done to get out of it, how I've mentored people to understand that there's always a way, there's hope. Life is waiting for you. It's beautiful. You can get this right, your physical right, take your time, but never forget this, ladies and gentlemen. You're not weak when you ask for help, okay? You're not soft because something's not right. I know a lot of people that never ask for help. And unfortunately, they're not here anymore. I know a lot of people that just wouldn't ask for help. And I've been out here, been doing personal development for 30 years. And when people are in such a bad place, they don't ask for help. And some people I know are just not here anymore because they didn't. I remember them well, And you just don't know the silent battles that people are going through, bro. A lot of people, if you've seen the movie Inside Out, Inside and Out, I think that's what it's called, over $1 billion because it's about emotions, anger, embarrassment, sadness. We all have them, bro. But we got to learn how to manage them. And that's something that people don't, they think that if, you ask for help or there's something going on in your mind, you're crazy. You're soft. You don't have the ability. But guess what? From the neck down, we've been working on that for years. I think we're in the place right now, which is really important. We got to work from the neck up. And that takes some courage. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is really deep today. Sometimes I go off the deep end. Just something on your mind. Reach out to somebody. There's something going on that you're not okay with. I had things in my life I didn't know what was happening, but I was too much of a man to admit it. And as I got older, I'm telling you, I saw Tony Soprano's funny. I was like, if he can do it, man, I could talk to somebody too. Because then I realized that talking to somebody that knows about the mind, knows about the brain, knows how to really make it right. Now I'm a savage. I'm just saying. I'm like, woo, I got the physical, I'm training. Now I got the mental. I'm like the spiritual. I'm like, woo, I'm well-rounded now, right? Because it's life. We're always growing. We're always under construction. We're always getting better. You know, we're always doing things. If we get 1% better every day, it's okay. But before I jump off this live, take some time for yourself, reflect, forgive yourself. Don't let the past dictate your future, man. It doesn't. Take that burden, leave it where it is. Life is happening. Like I was telling my sister-in-law, I think it was the other day, Michelle. What's up, Mike B? What's good, baby boy? Happy Friday. Every day is Friday, my brother. I'm trying to say it's a gift. And I said to my sister-in-law the other day, she was at the house. We had a great conversation, Margaret and I. I said, you know, when you start enjoying the present moment and not worried about what's coming, don't think about the past, just leave it alone. Because those are, you know, you crucify yourself thinking about the fear of the future and the regrets of the past. But once you start just being in the moment, when your kids are running around, just look at them. Listen to them. Your significant other's talking to you. Look them in their eyes. Instead of waiting to talk, listen to what they're saying. And I started really meditating and staying in the moment. And I told her the colors are more vibrant. The coffee tastes better. I mean, I feel free. Nah, you can't have fear and faith. Faith over fear, bro. Mikey boy, that's what I'm saying. Like, let me ask you a question, Mike. So this is my man, Mike Blasey, great dude. Just a wonderful human being. We've lost faith. We've lost it. Faith in God, faith, blind faith, faith in ourselves, faith on our abilities, faith on, you know, we have certain talents that nobody else possesses. Like you have a fingerprint, I got a fingerprint. We all have different gifts. We're 1 in 400 trillion. But we're always worried if we do something, what is somebody going to say about me? If we do something, they're going to cancel me. If I say this, they're going to come after me. Do it anyway, bro. Do not sit in a corner and stop being the best version of you because of somebody else's opinion. And a lot of times, let me put you on, envy is the killer. Because a lot of times people are pointing at you, mad at you, because they can't beat you. Envy is kind of like this emotion. The jealousy means, hey, I'm jealous of somebody. I remember when I was a kid, for example, I was jealous of people with the cars and the house and 2 parents, money, and enjoying themselves. Yeah, it is imperative. And I was jealous. I said, someday I'm going to have that. I'm going to have my life and my wife and my kids and all this stuff. But I was never envious of somebody saying, hey, like, for example, envy means I see people that have a beautiful house, a beautiful relationship, love their children. And I go there and they drive a beautiful Benz. And I go by their house and I cut their tires because I'm mad at what they have. Dude, it's your life. Design it like they did. Don't be mad at what they have. They worked for it. Like I see these, you know, these politicians, these politricians, like, let's just tax the rich people. They made it. And I don't mean tax more or less. Bottom line is, if you keep saying, hey, let's go after all the rich people. They made it. You can do it too. What's wrong with people that made it in this life based on the opportunities that this country has given them? You got it too. No one stops you but you. For real. I'm a kid from Brooklyn, New York, who grew up in the projects. Okay? True story. No sympathy here. I made my way. So for all you that are struggling, and this is a long podcast because I got a lot to say and help and give you some love, where you may have come from a messed up place when you were younger. You may be in a messed up place right now. You may be growing up in the hood. That's where I was from. It ain't easy. But if you can push through, you're getting this resiliency from the streets, knowing that I can create my life. If I can do it, friends of mine that grew up in, my man Joey Brower, I love the kid unconditionally. We grew up in the projects together. This kid became a teacher. He lost his mom and dad at a young age. I love him. If you're here, Joey, I love you, bro. The dude is teaching. He takes care of kids. He went to, played basketball, averaged 28 points a game, made St. Louis, I think it was St. Leo's college. This kid was amazing. But him and our upbringing was tight. But we made something out of ourselves because we believed that we can. And nothing was going to stop us getting there. The only thing that stops you is you. Don't get it twisted. Don't wait for the government to customize your life. So for anybody that's struggling right now, don't wait for them to come save you. They're not coming to save you. It's up to you to save yourself. And you have an opportunity this second to say, I'm sick of my life the way it is. I want to change it. I want to become something like Margaret. Working on faith is imperative. Have faith that what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. Put the work in. See, the harder I work, the smarter I work, the luckier I got. I promise you, you want that. See that record behind me? Not bragging or boasting. No one believes I'd have a record on Atlantic Records except me. People laughed at me. Oh, you're a rapper now? Oh, you're a singer now? Oh, you think you're going to have a record out? Come on, D. You can't do that, D. You can't do this. They used to call me white boy or Jewish boy, whatever. I'm like, you think I listen to you knuckleheads, bro? At the beginning, it's like, oh, he ain't going to make it. Then it's like, oh, he thinks he's somebody. Then it's like, oh, his stuff is old. Then when the record came out, like, dude, he's a genius. Look at this guy. Same thing can happen for you. Don't let nobody stop you from pursuing what you want to be. Go after your life. God gave us all the solutions. Just put the work in. And before I let you guys go today, I love you all. I think you're amazing. And I know some people don't tell you that at times. But my life, I just want to give back to people and give them hope. Limitations are only held within the walls of your mind. Dude, your thoughts hold you back from everything. Think about it, Mike. Your thoughts, what you think about, you become. If you think you're capable, you will. If you think you're not, you're not. Like, for example, you want to exercise? Ready for this? You have a treadmill in your house, for example, right? It's easy to jump on it and press a button, correct? Right, Mike? You could jump on the treadmill and press a button. It starts. But guess what? It's also easy to walk by the treadmill and say, nah, I'll do it another day. 2, you can wake up early in the morning, meditate, listen to something positive and uplifting, get your mind right. Or you could say, you know what? I'll wake up 7:30, have coffee, and go to work. Easy to do, easy not to do. You see, you got to break the patterns of where you are, because if it didn't get you where you need to go, you got to change your patterns. You got to change your habits. And daily disciplines every single day will get you to the promised land. But give yourself some time. And no matter what you're going through, I promise you. Why? Because I've been through it. And there were times I almost didn't make it. True story. But I'm going to be 54 this month. And I know it's the end of my 3rd quarter. So the 4th quarter is approaching. I've already outlived some people that lived 50 seconds, 53 seconds, 53 days. I'm here 53 years. I've been blessed beyond imagination. So I decided for the rest of my life, I'm going to live in grace. I'm going to be grateful for the life I've already had. And I'm going to thank all the people before me, the inventors, the amazing veterans that we have in this country. We used to we used to spear and hunt for fish. Now we can just go to the store and buy it. We used to have horse and buggy. Now we have cars to go anywhere we want. If we want water, I could just turn the faucet and drink it instead of, going to the well 10 miles up and walking back in 100 degrees. Once we realize, ladies and gentlemen, in 2024, how much our ancestors and people before us gave us this life, and how appreciative I am for everything. 1776, 1787, the country we fought for, civil rights movements, everything that brought this country to a place, and people that died for this country, people that fought to give us the freedom that we have, the inventors that gave us the light bulb instead of candles. I mean, do you realize what has been given to us, ladies and gentlemen? We don't have dinosaurs chasing us. I mean, there's so many things that you can go back and go, it was so hard for the people before us. But if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this. I wouldn't be able to talk. Look at this. I'm talking to you from a microphone behind a screen. It's amazing what humans can do when they're free. Because guess what? You'll never be happy unless you're free. And I'm the type of guy, I ran for office because you know why? I want to make sure we keep this life free. That's what God intended. So until next time, thank you all for joining me today. Hopefully I hit your heart in some way and gave you something to take with you. But do me one favor, man. Leave the past, learn from it, let it go, man. Say where I am now and where I want to go. Today, start a new chapter. Open up the canvas, start painting, and start creating your new book. Yo, until next time, don't forget, every day is Friday. It's a gift. And you don't know how many more you got. So enjoy this moment. I love you all. Until next time, it's your boy D. Talk to you soon. Peace. You don't forget, I appreciate you all, man. It's been almost 3.5 years we've been out here. Let's continue to grow together, man, because it's all up to us. And together we can make a difference. Yo, until next time.